because this is a very important part of the ceremony. I would like them to at least say the Athavaryo. This gives child an idea of everybody is together with her or him. And at Shautinanam, the morbid garlands the Sudreh over the child. In so doing, then slowly you let go of the shawl, the other morbids take care of the shawl. And at this time in India, there is a little basket above the head of the child, and there you pull the string and all the rose petals fell on the child's head. It is a very interesting kind of thing to do. And usually the whole audience applaud after this one. So now the Sudreh is invested and it comes to the Kusti prayers. And so now Morbid goes behind the child, both of them facing the audience, and they, first of all, Morbid prays the first part of Hormuz Yes until Paris says Zarathustra Uremazdam 3 times, and then each time after that the Hormuz the Kudai, the start of the Kusti prayer starts. All along the child is requested to hold the little finger of both hands of Morbid strongly in his fists, so that he is guided to do the Kusti ceremony. Okay, the tying the Kusti is exactly what we do regularly when we tie the Kusti, and Morbid does it for the child. At Manashni, Gavashni, Kunashni, you fold the Kusti prayer. Then Akshnota Uramizav Taroidita, you take the Kusti from the front to the back with both hands, bring it back up in the front with the left hand side of the Kusti below, right hand side of the Kusti above. Both of them you hold in your left hand, and you hold the right hand side of the Kusti and in your right hand. And at the Yathavaryo Shautinanam, you make a knot. Then you switch it around and do the same thing with the left hand. Then you go back with Hashemvo prayer and tie the same way the 2 knots in the back. I'm just going to go over this quickly so we can cover it. So this is all done for the Kusti. As you see, the Morbid is tying in the back. And if the Kusti is too long, you can make a knot in the front. And now the Morbid brings the 2 hands of the child in the front, and the Kusti is held by the child in his thumb, and they pray the most important prayer, Jasame Avange Mazda, which is really the affirmation prayer, Mazda Yasnaami. And this concludes the Kusti prayer. Then this is the Articles of Faith, we call it, the Jasame Avange Mazda. It is the most important prayer. This is a commitment. I am on slide 50. This is a commitment of a pledge the child makes to oneself to be a Mazda worshipper with pure thoughts, words and deeds, Humata Hukta Avesta, a pledge to accept the best and pure religion in the interest of a peaceful life. After the prayer, the Morbid and child both sit down on the floor, and Morbid completes the Hormuz Baj by reciting the last 2 part of it, and it concludes the Kusti prayer. After that, what we call adorning the child or Sangarvanu with the red kanku dye on the forehead, and you kind of take the rice in your palm and press it on the kanku, and then garlanding the child with a flower lei, giving a coconut flower bouquet, and then Morbid stands up for the Doa Tandurasti. And during that time then, he takes the mixture from the silver tray we talked before and showers it on his head throughout the Doa Tandurasti. And in the middle now, for the first time, the name of the child is announced with either Osta or Osti if they are from Morbid family, and Bedin if they are from the non-Morbid family. This is the time when the child is now officially a Zoroastrian member, and after the Doa Tandurasti ceremony, all the people stand up and kind of felicitate by clapping the little child, and this concludes the prayers part of the ceremony. after that the Mobit, again all the Mobits pray another Tandurasti for the whole family with the family names, and then after that the family dresses the child in all the new clothes, and then according to the Parsi custom a whole line is formed, and with a little parika or money envelopes in their hands, and the child is felicitated by all of them. And then the photographers take over, and then the DJ and the band starts, and a sumptuous Parsi bonu is served on a banana leaf if you are very fortunate and lucky. Okay, so here we cover all these things very quickly, and here are some of the photographs of this that you can look at if you like, with some description of each photograph. And then here comes the final one, the big Navjote ceremony by Jimmy Mistry for his daughter in Kolabagyari, where he converted the whole Agyari into this beautiful Persepolis theme. It was worth seeing that, and this photo was taken by me from the top floor window of the Jijibe Radabai Agyari. Okay, now we are coming to the Zoroastrian group, Irani group, Sedreh Pushi Ceremony. And now the photographs you are going to see was a group Sedreh Pushi in Yazd. I have a very good friend, and I am very lucky and thankful that I have such a person of very importance in Tehran, my very good friend Mobit Dasturji Mehraban Firozgari. He is a wonderful man. He is the authority on Iranian ceremonies and all in Iran, and a wonderful person to know. It is my privilege to know him. So I requested Dasturji to send me some information, what you do for Sedreh Pushi, because I definitely do not know them. I haven't even performed one of them. So he was so nice, but unfortunately he's getting a little too old for doing many things, and he just said, I'm sorry Soli, but I'm sending it to you in Farsi, Persian, maybe somebody will translate for you. I requested my Behram Pastakya, who knows Farsi a little bit, and in Washington DC he has many Irani friends, and so he obliged by giving me 4 people, Shehnaz Gaibi, Farzad Aidun, Mimi Agwal, Khate Wafadari, all tried to translate it, giving us something to start, for which I am truly grateful. But when I was going through all this, Farzad Aidun's translation was quite detailed, word by word, very concise, and so we sent this to Dasturji saying, here is the result of our translation, would you please go over and see if it is okay? He was very, very surprised. That's what a wonderful translation it was done by Farzad, and wherever you are, Farzad, thank you for the same. You do have a file that has this translation. So after a few exchanges of edits and so on, we finalized the thing, and then Farzad was congratulated by Dasturji, and he said that I have been asked so many times for the English translation of the Sedreh Pushi article, and I am planning to use it, and he requested Farzad's that it was okay for him to do it, which we gladly did. And so here is the presentation. I am just going to use it word by word without any editing or anything like that. There are 2 beautiful and many more Hamas